G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing my tips for round 11 of the season. It's getting very tense. It is heating up in the kitchen. At the top of the table in the competition, ladder leader Zaki2323 sitting on top at 65, winning on the margin there. Very nicely played. And myself, pretty rough weekend, 5 out of 9. So look, there's work to do. There's no doubt about that, and hopefully we can get back on the winners list and be better off than 5 out of 9, which was not ideal. A couple of upsets in there, some unprecedented, unexpected upsets as well that you wouldn't have even in your wildest dreams picked. So that's how it goes. Anyway, let's go to Thursday night football, which is going to be crazy. We've got Jalong down at the Cattery. They are hosting the Western Bulldogs, the Bailey Smith Cup. What a game this is going to be. I'm kind of surprised at the odds. Heavily favoured in the Cats' way. Geelong, what do? We won by 76 points over Port Adelaide, and the Western Bulldogs won by almost 100 points against the Bombers, so it was quite comprehensive. I am going to go the Dogs in this one. Might be controversial. I'll go the Doggies. Let's go 15 points. Yeah, just they've gotten us at the category the last 2 times, albeit we did have a VFL side round 24, 2023, and we had Cameron Blitzarves. Half the team was out because it was a dead rubber game for us. And then they got us very comfortably last year when they were in that stretch of where they were just beating Sydney at home by 7 goals, and they beat Geelong pretty comfortably and probably played some of their best footy for a long, long time. And I just think they're the best side moving the ball, best side defending with the ball. I think they'll cause us a fair few dramas, and we haven't been that great at home, which is quite bizarre as well. We've almost played better footy away, I felt. And I just think, it's hard to go past the Dogs with the form that they're in at the moment. Hopefully we win, but hopefully Geelong win for Geelong supporters' sake and my sake. Pure tipping mantra, I will go the Dogs. Over to the Friday night game, Dreamtime at the G. We've got Essendon hosting Richmond. Essendon had an absolute hiding, as we just mentioned, with the Western Bulldogs taking shape there, 90-plus point loss, and then Tigers completely opposite there. They were... Well, they didn't get thumped, but it was a little bit closer. They didn't thump which side they played. They played North Melbourne, but it was much closer. Polar opposites in terms of how close the margin was. I'll go the Bombers to get the job done. The Tigers will definitely be right up in this game, and I think it'll be Bombers probably by a kick or 2. Richmond's a really good chance. It'll be a good upset, but I've got some other ones in mind, so we'll see. I.e. this one, if it is ending up to be an upset, who knows. Over to Marvel Stadium, gee whiz, Carlton hosting GWS, and the Blues, they went down to the Swans in the end. It was about 2 goals or something like that. I think Walsh kicked one on the siren. I think it was about 14 points thereabouts. And then the Giants were very disappointing at their home deck. They went down to the Dockers there in disappointing fashion. Oh, these sides they're so hard to pick. I'm going to go with Carlton. I have no faith in either of these teams. They're so hot and cold. They play their supremacy game against Geelong every year, and then they're absolutely dog shit every other game, bar playing Geelong. So they play like Harlem Globetrotters when they play the Cats. No one else. They can't seem to beat anyone else in Carlton. Only seem to be able to beat North Melbourne and West Coast, and not even be able to beat Richmond at the start of the year. But look, I'll go to Carlton. I've absolutely launched into some teams there that I might get some interesting feedback on. But, hey, it's the truth at the moment. Over to the MCG, and we've gone... Well, we haven't gone anyone yet, but we've got Hawthorn up against the Lions. Hawthorn, how did they go over the weekend? Well, it was pretty close. I think they had the Suns from memory. It was pretty close. It was the Suns. It was 8 points, and it was up in Darwin. I think I've got my geography on point there. They were pretty going. Weren't able to get the job done. And the Lions, they had a draw against North and then went down to the D's in what was a big upset by 11 points. I'm going to go Hawthorn. at the MCG. They love it there. They play very well against the Lions no matter what. They're normally playing them in Tassie. But yeah, definitely a bogey side at Brisbane of late. Hopefully that comes true here, because I've tipped Brisbane probably 10 times in a row against Hawthorn, and every time Hawthorn have just found a way. So I'm going to back the Hawks in to get the job done over the Lions. I'm sure it'll be close. All right, over to Saturday night football. We've got North Melbourne kicking things off, and they are hosting the Pies. North got their second win of the season, 2.5 wins for North. 4-point win over the Tigers, got the 4 points. And Collingwood just keep on keeping on, keep getting the wins ticking over. Trying to think, Adelaide, 10-point margin in the end. They were just a little bit too strong and classy, and the Crows missed some chances. I have to go the Pies here. It was interesting, though, last year. North Melbourne nearly 10 goals up, or 9 goals up in that. Pretty sure it was in the third term, and then they fell asleep, and the Pies pounced and somehow managed to win out of nowhere. Albeit the umpires failed their duty late to pay a 50-man penalty. But anyway, we won't go there, will we? Even though we did. Then we're going to Optus Stadium Saturday night. Fremantle hosting Port Adelaide. Fremantle had a very good win over the GWS Giants. They've been able to get some pretty good wins over NG Stadium over the last couple of years. Don't know if they've got it 3 in a row, but they've definitely won one in recent times alongside the one that they won last week. Port Adelaide, we mentioned off the top, went down to the Cats by 76 points on their home deck. And some injuries to Horn Francis, not going to help. So that's definitely going to hurt things. I'm going to go to the Dockers. They've been pretty strong at home. Port Adelaide, looking sore and sorry. And, just no real sign of them being able to turn around, the mess that they're kind of in at the moment, which is unfortunate for Ken, but that'll all play out in due course. Now we're looking at the Sunday games. We've got Adelaide hosting the West Coast Eagles at Adelaide Oval. The Crows, they went down to the Pies, 10 points. It's always a close one against the Pies, and they, again, went down. 10 losses in a row, which is not great on the scorecard. And the Eagles got their first win of the season, first win for Andrew McWalter, so congratulations there. A huge relief, no doubt about that, and good to get the result over the Saints. In the West, 28-point winners in the end. I'm going to go with Adelaide. I think, their ball movement will slice and dice the Eagles. Lots of emotions, on the Eagles front. And, obviously thinking of the Selwood family at the moment and sending out, our best wishes there, and if you need to talk to someone, reach out to friends and family, reach out to online support, do what you need to do there. Terribly awful, and condolences to the Selwood family from the Eagles front, from that side of things. So reach out. Don't think it's going to be a burden. I'm not here for mental health advice, but reach out to the people close to you if you need to. In saying that, back to the game, I will go with Adelaide to get the chocolates at Adelaide Oval. Then we're going to go to the MCG, and we've got Melbourne up against the Sydney Swans. Melbourne, they had an all-time win over the Lions. 11 points in the end. And then Sydney, they had, it was a pretty ugly game, to be honest, but they had a good win. Heaney and Warner going crazy. Were able to get the job done. I'm going to get sucked into Melbourne's form here, but I'm going to go the Ds. I don't know if I can back it up, but I have a good feeling that they're going to tag Heaney and Warner, and if both of those two don't fire, they tend to not win. So I am just going to back the Ds in at home. A little bit of an upset, as we can see. I can't trust the Swans. I'll get them wrong no matter what I do. If I tip them, they lose. If I don't tip them, they win. So I can't. It's hard to win. All right. It's been a pretty wild tipping video, no doubt about that. Over to the final game of the round, and we've got St Kilda hosting the Gold Coast Suns, and the Saints went down to the Eagles in disappointing fashion. There was obviously a lot going on in that game, more than just game of footy there. And then the Gold Coast had a pretty good win over the Hawks, who challenged them late, but Gold Coast came out on top. I'm going to go a little upset. I'm going to go the Saints. They play some amazing footy at Marvel Stadium. It's their bread and butter. Gold Coast have been hit and miss there at Marvel, and it was close last time. Saints got up by under a kick, and could be one of those old-fashioned Ross gets the mouth guards out throughout the week and makes it really tough on a mission. And Gold Coast have been up a fair bit. You just can't keep that up sustainably the whole season. Every team's had their blips. And I just have, Saints can cause chaos at times, that's for sure. All right, well, this could be egg on the face round with what I've gone with. Also could be quite fruitful if a few things go my way. So I've gone the Western Bulldogs by 15 points. Controversial, coming from a Cats fan, but that's just, I just think they're in such amazing form and the best team in form at the moment. That's a mouthful. The form team of the competition is where I was trying to get at with that. So we eventually got there. Over to the Bombers, and then Carlton, Hawthorn, Collingwood, Fremantle, Adelaide, Melbourne, St Kilda. Absolute banana peel round for several teams. Lots of 50-50 contests in there. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But may the best teams win. I hope your team wins on the weekend. Unless you're a Doggies fan. Sorry, Doggies fans. I hope the Cats win, but I've tipped the Dogs just by pure principle. Don't tip with my heart. I try and use the brain where I can. And it's had a good workout in this tipping video. All right, that is all from me, crew. Hope you enjoyed. Comment who you think's going to win over the weekend. Interested to hear who you guys think might better cause an upset here or there. There's definitely some tricky games to pick this weekend. Give the video a like and subscribe away. Really appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next video.